Good evening. Hi, I'm Joanna Garcia, and I was doing a little bit of training with my staff the other day, and something just kind of popped into my mind because there are lots of little bits of tips and tricks, and I thought I would share a few of them with you here. So this evening, I wanted to share with you a little trick I use with both children and adults when I'm teaching that really helps to build perseverance. And what really made me think of that was a friend of mine is learning how to do acrylic nails. She's been learning for the last few months, and she posted a picture of when she started doing her first acrylic nails, and then a little bit later, months later, when she'd been training for a while, and the difference between the two was huge. And what occurred to me was this idea of perseverance, and I really think sometimes that it's quite lacking these days. The ability to just stick with something and get it better and better and better. And of course, this is a skill that we're using all the time when we're learning to play a musical instrument. And as teachers, sometimes it's something that we really kind of pick up on. That we're trying to instill this sense of perseverance in our students, and it can be really tricky to do. So I think the more that we can do this, even in little snapshots within lessons, the better. So I want to show you a way that I like to develop perseverance using these beauties here. Aren't they gorgeous? I've got various different colours. Now, the things that you cannot use glass counters for, I'll have you know, I've got a student that was learning with me a few years ago, and I gave her some of these for what I'm going to show you today. And she has them to this day. She went to university in Germany. She has them to this day. Let me tell you how I use these to build up perseverance. So we do this a little bit like a game. So I've got 3 in one hand, 3 in the other. I'm going to put 3 at this end, and we're going to imagine that this is for a student. So the student would be sitting where I am now. And I would be sitting at the other end of the piano that you can't see. So we have 3 for the student and 3 for me. And it's quite simply this. We take a little passage. We take something that we want the student to improve. I'm going to pretend to be the student right now. A tricky little passage in some Beethoven that goes like this. Which is quite tricky, especially if I was going to do that at speed. Here's the deal. They play that little passage. If they get it right, quite simply, they steal one of mine and they put it up at that end. So let's imagine, let's try this. So I was pretty much right there. So if I was a student, I would steal one of these and put it up here. The object of the game is to be the first person to get all 6. Now, imagine if they go wrong. So I've gone wrong. I've not actually made a mistake, but I've hesitated. So I've not quite got it right. So at that point, as a teacher, I would be stealing one of theirs. Now, the sense of competition, I'm telling you now, the worst ones for this are the adult students. Adult students go mad for this. I had one adult student bought herself a set of these glass counters just because she was so focused on this. So we play this game until either they or I, which I don't want, have won all 6 counters. But the point is they're building up their resilience. They're really focusing on the task in hand. They're listening like mad. They're checking their fingerings correct. They're checking their accuracy is correct. They're checking their fluency is correct. And they really love the competition. It's one of the best tips ever. It's worked for years for me. And in fact, I'm not going to lie, I have used it in my own practice. I've even used my own practice, transferring one to the other side of the piano every time I get it right. We all like the visual, right? And we certainly like the sense of competition. Let me know in the comments what you like to do to build perseverance. Have you got any little skills or strategies that you use to build perseverance in your teaching studio? Have a great Sunday evening. Bye.